bring it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
Don't let that team stand in the way. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh! Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
All right, here we go on a nice little Tuesday episode. We got a 9 o'clock home basketball game. It is senior night in Columbus, so it's a big night. And we're chasing down a berth in the NCAA tournament every time this team steps out on the court. It would be great to do it. It'd be a nice first step in Jake Diebler's first full official season. I think he's learning a lot, too, as he goes on. Like every time out, you're probably jotting down in your notepad what went well, what things I can improve, what I've learned about roster construction, how college basketball is working. He's seen it being an assistant, but it's just different when you are the head honcho. You got a different viewpoint on it. But tonight, my co-host, hadn't done a show with him in a week. My man, Tyvis Powell.
That's because you do things like you take the day.
I don't take a day.
You know what's interesting?
I took one day, all right?
You know what's interesting?
That's it.
Is that I thought about this today while I was.
Don't think.
As you know, I make the commute from Cleveland to Columbus.
Twice a week.
Yeah. So as I was driving down, you got a lot of time to think about stuff.
Yes, you do. You should just listen to a podcast, though, and not think so much.
No. You got to get your thoughts out. Like, and then I find myself talking to myself.
I do that too.
Yeah,
that's a dangerous thing to do.
I don't know why. It just feels better when you say it out loud.
Do you have arguments, though, to the air that haven't even happened yet? And then I'll have rebuttals to points that someone has not even made yet.
That's funny because I do that. I'm glad that you said this because it makes me think that I'm normal because I do the same thing. I be sitting there like if this ever comes up, this is what I'd say. Like it has nothing. It ain't nowhere near in sight. But if this happens, this is how I'm going to respond.
It could be a hypothetical chat with a coworker that hasn't happened yet. A boss, your spouse, your parents, your sister, whoever.
But anyways, this is why. As I was doing that drive today, I thought to myself, I said self. I said Tyvis, listen.
I say that too. I says to myself,
let's say that Tyvis just took the day. Let's say, because I've never really done that where I just take the day. You say, Tyvis, can you work tonight? And I say, no, Tim, I'm taking the day.
Why would I say, Tyvis, can you work tonight? I would say, Tyvis, can you work next Tuesday?
No.
Next Thursday? I wouldn't call you morning of and say, Tyvis, can you work tonight? We'd have the schedule made ahead of time.
Tim.
But you're saying if someone was a late dropout and then I asked you?
Yeah, let's say you said, you know what, Tyvis, late.
Would be at 9 in the morning or something.
Whatever. But let's say I decided the night before that I'm taking this day. What would I do if I just took the day and I couldn't come up with an answer?
You'd probably hang out with your family. What are you talking about? You hang out with the girls.
Okay, yes.
You had a day recently.
This is the thing.
We had a week where the schedule was jam-packed and we couldn't get you in much.
One goes to school and the other one takes a nap. So I got like a good 2 to 3 hour window.
You know what you do?
What do you do?
You know what you do? You pick up the sticks and you play Metal Gear Solid.
Well, the new one ain't came out yet.
You play the old one.
Listen, when the new one comes out, I might call off. I might take a week off because I just need to beat it again just for old time's sake.
Here, I don't know why I'm holding that. Take the rundown.
Thank you.
I emailed it anyway. You seen it?
I synced it.
You did?
I did.
Okay. What'd you think of it tonight?
You know what? I thought this was going to probably be the best Buckeye show that we ever done.
Ooh, best one ever.
Best one we ever done.
Best one ever.
Some of these topics that we're getting into, I was like, this is very good. Real good. And then we finish it with that guy who's a basketball maniac. I mean, every time I get on Twitter, he got the rundown of who's playing today, who's playing tonight, the big games that's important.
Yeah, there's some that think he knows more college ball than I do.
I mean, Tim, I'm not so sure. The problem is he's got more free time than you do nowadays. So he probably have you seen him on game day? He got like 4 screens of it. He's ridiculous.
Let's just face it, he's not going to be married for long with with that kind of behavior.
Why? She must be into it.
There's no way. There's just simply no way.
Or she's probably reading a book, or she's probably got like a little iPad or something that she watches her stuff. Listen,
there comes a point in time, though.
I bought this big 85-inch TV for my living room. It's beautiful.
85?
Yeah. I was you know,
this is
wait a minute. Hold on. This is back when life was great.
What's your inches?
Tim, that thing wouldn't fit in my front yard.
It's not going in the yard, Bodie.
Let me clarify. This happened back when life was great. Okay, it was a point in time where I was doing really well for myself.
But now not so much.
Now I'm just dragging the bottle. But anyway,
now 4 broadcasting gigs that are combined. He's not doing so well.
But anyways, I bought that TV thinking that I was gonna spend my Sundays or my Saturdays watching games. You know what happened? You know what happened, Tim? I ended up getting a job that I can't watch anything on Saturdays because I'm traveling for the Big Ten in the fall. And then on Sundays, I'm in Cleveland doing the Browns. So the whole purpose of me buying the TV was for no reason. I say all that to say my kids own that TV. If I want to watch a show or anything, they are not giving up the TV. It's unbelievable.
That's how it goes. That's pretty impressive, though. I thought that I was going to be darn near at the top of the food chain for TV because I got the 75-incher at the club.
Yeah.
Not even a year old, I don't think.
Don't you got like 2 TVs put together?
No, that went away.
Oh, you got rid of both of them and just got one.
I had 2 on the same wall that if you guys watch us on YouTube, if you didn't know that, by the way, you can watch every show on YouTube. All the shows are libraried in there, too. You can watch past episodes. The size of my wall were about the ones in our studio. Okay. Behind us here, like 43 inches.
The TVs.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had 2 of them together.
They're about this space apart, so I could watch 2 different games at the same time, separate screens.
What did your wife do when you did that?
She would read.
See?
Yeah.
All right, see?
But the point is the amount of time I was doing that. It wasn't like every single night I was down there occupying both screens, and it was sports mania every night of the week. There had to be some of that time for me, some of that time for us to all watch a show together because we're a family.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to a point in the night where we might watch a show that we all enjoy.
Yeah.
And that's normal, too. And that's what it's about. Bodie, how many inches are you? With the TV, of course.
Okay.
With the TV.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify there.
We know about the other.
42, I think it is.
Ooh, that's, I'm sorry.
What can you do?
Times are tough, huh?
When you sit about 6 inches from it, Tim.
But are you still a Call of Duty guy?
I haven't played Call of Duty in years. Fortnite.
You're a Fortnite guy.
Got 2 wins today.
Look at you, man. Are you doing the OG map or you doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't handle all the new stuff.
Well, see, they got this baseball bat on there.
I've seen.
It's actually interesting.
That's too much for me, man. Keep it simple.
Did you really say I got 2 wins today?
Yes.
That's a big thing. Listen,
Battle Royale.
When you get a dub, when you win in Fortnite or Warzone, it's like the most amazing thing. I tell you what. We got a couple minutes. This is what I did last night, Tim. For all my gamers out there, okay, me and my friend, we've been playing NHL 25.
Oh, really?
Okay, but we doing the world of Shell. It's 3-on-3.
Who's our guy locally that became a big gamer through the NHL games? Is it Nasher?
Really?
Something like that?
Oh, I didn't know nothing.
Ever heard of this guy?
No, I'm not.
I think he's a big Jackets fan too. I might have the name wrong. It's in there somewhere.
Anyway,
go on.
Yesterday I was playing last night. And it's this tournament. Like, it's this 3-on-3 tournament. You got to win 3 games to win the championship online. And for the first time, we won it all.
Nice.
It was the most incredible feeling. Like, it was
like a champ, huh?
It was like the first time you won Warzone or Fortnite, that feeling that you got. That's how I felt winning this hockey game
like
last night.
Michael running up on that podium, Tim.
Oh, my.
And then he tells all of his teammates to come up there with him.
Tonight, we are the greatest hockey team in the world.
Congratulations, Tyvus.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Really,
you got to get out of the Call of Duties and the Madden and the Twitter. You got to get you some hockey in there. The event was Saturday. It was so inspiring being down there and seeing all of that I was like, I'm going to go home and play some hockey.
I just feel so good about this past weekend.
Yeah, it was a great one. It's a good one in Columbus.
It was a special event.
Yeah, it was.
It was incredible how the whole thing came together. And we're going to talk about this aspect of it coming up later in the hour, too. Just the collaboration between The Ohio State University and the Columbus Blue Jackets. Mm-hmm. It was awesome in every single way. We know we've got a bunch of, TTUNers on that roster, but it didn't really matter. It was fantastic in every single way. The fans that turned out, the TV ratings.
Yeah. I was
most watched regular season game in 4 years.
They kept saying that it was going to be 90,000 plus, and I'm like, there's just no.
Is it?
I just don't think that's going to be the case. And man, I was sitting in that press box, and I was like, this sucker is full.
Yeah, just really fantastic. Well, we do have a big game coming up tonight at the Schottenstein Center. We're going to start getting you guys ready for it. Buckeyes and Nebraska. Every time they step out on the court, they're trying to brush up an NCAA tournament resume. Tyvus is in. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Some foot issues just can't be fixed by those expensive shoe stores or shoe inserts. A foot exam from a doctor of podiatric medicine, who is the medical expert in foot and ankle care, may give solutions after doing a complete foot examination. If you suffer from foot, heel, or ankle pain, let us help you find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association so you know you are being treated by the very best. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers, we're improving lives, we're reimagining healthcare.
Life is more fun with a pal. So is pizza. So check out Donato's new $5 Pizza Pals menu. Order any large pizza and add on your choice of a sub, salad, wings, a 10-inch pizza, and more for just $5. It's the new $5 Pizza Pals menu from Donato's. More toppings, more flavor, more fun. Donato's. Gotta love more.
Bobby Carpenter once sold workout equipment on QVC Canada. There's no joke here. That actually happened. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Looking for a very special way to commemorate the 9th National Championship in Ohio State football history? Then check out the beautiful Ohio State timepieces at OxiaTime.com. Oxia has created a series of heirloom quality designs to celebrate the Buckeyes, including the limited edition Ryan Day autograph box sets. Equally impressive to the quality of their products is the quality of the people behind these watches. Go to OxiaTime.com to learn more on their backstory and claim your piece of Ohio State history. That's AXIATime.com.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, Ohio State fan, are you ready for game day? Get hyped and get your crew going with the Buckeye Meal at BK. For $20, you'll get one juicy flame grill Whopper sandwich, one original chicken sandwich, 2 mouthwatering cheeseburgers, 3 crispy golden small fries, and 3 refreshing small drinks. Grab your $20 Buckeye Meal today and share the taste of victory. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. Tax extra. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Fan weather
from the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Bright and breezy and dry and warm on this Tuesday. Temperatures in the mid-60s. Overnight will fall back down to the 50s with rain showers moving in. During the day on Wednesday, we'll see a lull in the rain, but a warm start. Temperatures around 60 by early afternoon. More scattered showers ending as snow showers with falling temperatures by Wednesday night. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
If the colors scarlet and gray made a sound, that sound would be this. This is the Buckeye Show.
Yes, it is. I'm Timmy Hall. He's Tyvis Powell. Good to be together again. The Boatman is back there. Also, Adam King of 10 TV. He's going to saunter in here.
Oh, is he?
At 6:30. Lord only knows where that's going to turn.
I love talking with Adam. He always brings something interesting.
Yeah,
something interesting.
No idea what it's going to be, but it's going to be something. That's what you want to say about someone.
He's either going to say something that you agree with wholeheartedly, or you just completely think he's out of his mind.
That Adam King, he is something. I thought like we had some pizza madness again going on.
Did they finish that whole bracket?
Finished a region today. Another first round on Man and Bones. The hit Pizza Madness. A bracket that's going on. Go to their social channels and at 971 The Fan, Twitter and X to follow along to find out how you can vote. So we had JT's Pizza. They were close by. We're doing one of the segments today, and I get the hankering for some pizza. Mm-hmm. And they were a 1 seed, and they won their 1 versus 16, and so it was already done. Like, it had no bearing over.
You were celebrating with.
Yeah, it had no bearing over what the matchup was going to be. And I just said, they're close because they have a new one right around the corner in Grandview.
Okay.
I'm saying I haven't had them in a long time. I want some right now.
Is this something?
So we talked about this on the air, and I went and I ordered it, and before long, like, they had gotten back to me and said, no, don't drive to us. We'll bring it to you.
No kidding.
We were listening. We're following along. They brought it by, and so it was delicious. And I kept thinking the entire time, because it's tavern-style pizza, the pizzas are already very small. I just knew that Adam was going to come up there and bring his little butter knife, his plastic butter knife, and cut one of the tiny pieces in half and only take half a slice.
Why?
And leave the other half there.
Why would
he does this with the donuts. It's his thing. Oh, I can't have a whole donut. I'm so delicate. I have to keep my TV figure.
As a man that's trying to lose weight right now, as a big guy.
Stop.
I respect
As a big guy.
I'm a big guy right now.
Yeah, you're a little pudgy.
What, though? The spring is coming, and I'm about to slim down. I've been really hitting the gym hard.
Yeah, you and him can have each other with cutting your donuts, pizza slices in half. Hey, by the way, before we get to Buckeye basketball, I want to tell you about my friends and your friends at Tri-State Men's Health, because there's that dreaded 2-letter acronym that they are experts at treating. That is erectile dysfunction, ED. It can be a big problem in relationships. It can cause depression, arguments, breakups, possibly divorce. And the love of your life, you need to take care of that person, right? If you're suffering from ED, you know that it can impact your partner as much as it can impact you. Don't let it be a relationship destroyer. Go to tristatemenshealth.com. Start taking a look around at all the treatments that will work for you when the pills or herbals fail. They've got treatments with success rates over 90%. Some can have you last an hour or more. Dear God, it'll almost get you to the start of the game tonight. They've got 2 lovely locations in Central Ohio. And they got an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be doing it the day after your appointment. So check them out at tristatemenshealth.com. You feeling good about this one tonight? I mentioned this before. I do like their chances. The one I'm a little more worried about is when you got to go to Assembly Hall for the last regular season game with the stuff going on with their coach and how Indiana is right in the picture as well. Nebraska's in the picture too. So, but it's between those 3 squads there, a lot going on.
Why I feel good about those 2 games is because they're revenge games. You know, you lost to both of those teams when you really shouldn't have. You know, a lot of people didn't think you would, and you did lose those games. So I think that aspect is what makes me believe you got to finish strong. Like, if you guys truly, truly want to go to the big dance, like, you got to put it on display these next 2 games, and you got to do something in that tournament. Like, that's the position that you put yourself in. But you know what? I think this team is fighters. I really do. Because it's not like they don't hear the negativity. It's not like they don't hear the stuff. It's not like they don't know Jake Diebler's going through it as well. And this team is still staying together and still trying to find ways to win these games. It's been a couple of times that they've been blown out, but when they play good teams, typically they play hard, in those games. They might just fall short here and there.
It's just disappointing that they had that Northwestern performance.
That's the one that sticks with everybody.
It's not to say that I probably still would have been upset even if they played hard and lost that game, because Northwestern on paper is down 2 of its best 3 players. Yeah. They had an incredible comeback attempt at home against UCLA. I don't know if you saw the end of that game. That was wild. They had a 13-0 run. They were down 68-54, and then all of a sudden that thing is 68-67. And they didn't get a foul call on Martinelli that I thought was on the dude that went off against OSU, fouled him hard. They didn't call it. Ed Daly, I think. It gave the foul, but they didn't call it. Or Eric Daly, I forget. I'm sorry. But that they could have lost at home to Northwestern, and I could have accepted it at least. I wouldn't have loved it either way, but I could have accepted it more. That performance they had, we shouldn't still be talking about it because that's not a healthy thing, right? And I hope the team. I actually don't know, because I've heard Jake Diebler continue to bring that up even after USC. They were still bringing up and talking about that and how they just couldn't have performances like that, and that's why they were pleased with the 2 that they had in LA, even though they lost one of them.
The Northwestern game was so inexcusable because the thing is, you were the better team on paper. Why did you not show up? Like, that's the thing. Like, if this team if they were not a great team at all and they just weren't good, like, all right, that is what it is. But the fact that you were in the hunt, you were at that point.
You were in the picture.
You were in
not
the
even
picture.
in the hunt.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and
kind of locked in there.
The fact that you went out and had that, why? Like, why did this happen? Like, could you imagine the football team going out there and just completely laying it? I guess they did that against a team up north.
Yes, I can.
But you see,
we can imagine it.
You know what? Maybe.
Remember how we all responded?
Maybe.
We wanted to run the coaches.
Maybe that's
it. You know what? Town.
That's what Northwestern was for the basketball. It was they team up north. That's what it is. But they
lost the next game.
I know, but now they got to finish. Roll with me here.
Let's go.
They got to win these next 2, and they got to make some noise in the Big Ten tournament, which I think they can.
So Nebraska's lost 3 in a row now, and they just lost at home to Minnesota, 67-65.
See, you got to get them while they down, man. You got to put your foot on their neck.
Bryce Williams, he's still a guy that they're going to have to watch. Juwan Gary, both of those guys, they did their part. They both had 21 points against Minnesota. And Bryce Williams was a guy that was a big-time problem for Ohio State in that first game. This was Jake Diebler on what he did not like versus Nebraska last time out, how the defense just was not good enough.
It's not good enough. Yeah, Riz, it's not good enough. We didn't do a good enough job protecting the rim. We let them get to the rim for scores. Some of it was off of offensive rebounds, and a couple were individual post-up possessions. But we gave them with some defensive breakdowns that really we needed to position ourselves better, communicate better. We gave them some layups, and then in a game that like this is coming up on Tuesday, right? You can't do that. You can't give easy points with a breakdown. You got to be really connected and tough. Make them earn it. And we didn't do that enough, that game. That's why they shot so well, because we gave them too many easy looks.
Yeah, and that was a game where they were fouling more as well. They fouled too much. That's been a thing for this team all year, is how much it fouls.
Yeah,
and
you try to be aggressive.
It's trying to be aggressive, but it's smarts too. And I get sometimes here lately, Sean and Aaron have been getting tagged a couple times a game on plays that I feel could be let go. But there's also some we're losing our head fouls that just need to stop.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, frustration fouls after you don't get the rebound. And then fouls that are way out beyond the three-point line when you really just need to move your feet and stay in front of the guy.
Yeah.
And give away those floor fouls early in the game or the quick ones.
Yeah. They like I say, they're not perfect. They got to clean it up. And that's the thing. I think if they play clean in these next couple of games, that will help them win these games. And that's a big challenge. If they've been struggling with the fouls lately, it's hard to just cut it off. But because you still want them to be aggressive, but you got to be smart about it as well. And if you know that the referee is calling them ticky-tack fouls, then you can't do it this game. In some games you're going to get away with it, in some games that you're not. And you just got to figure that out pretty early in the game. You know, if they're going to call what the referees are going to be on. It's a field test. So, yeah, we can't afford to be in foul trouble late in these games.
Game coming up tonight at 9 o'clock. Warm-up coverage is up at 8 o'clock. That will still be me. And Tyvis, if he feels like staying for an extra 10 minutes. How much do you ever pay attention to quality control coaches? Because the staff at Ohio State for football is so vast. A lot of these guys, they're not really household names, but you never know what they're really doing and who they're close with behind the scenes, depending on what position group they're working with. Mm-hmm. Like we talk about the analysts that Ohio State has had, and then you'll see, guys like C.J. Stroud go off to the NFL and speak glowingly of, the analysts that he had worked with. Todd Fitch, I think, in his case, and Coach Fessler, who's moving up now for Ohio State. But I noticed that there was a couple pieces in the news that kind of round out the staff where they're continuing to do it. Miguel Patrick is coming back to Ohio State, first reported by Letterman Rowe as a defensive assistant. He was the D-line coach at UAB after he left Ohio State as a quality control coach. And the other one, you have Tony Washington Jr. Ryan Day just added him, former UCLA defensive line and outside linebackers coach. So 2 new guys here recently in the last 3 days or coming on staff.
The crazy thing is every year after the season's over with, you see some of these guys leaving. You seen the guy go to Texas. You see guys get poached off of this coaching staff all the time. The quality control people, those are the guys that really do a lot of the work. Those are the guys that's drawing up the cars, that's got to watch the extra tape, got to stay after practice maybe with a guy and help him. Those assistants, those are the guys that's really grinding with these players. So they get a lot of hands-on work and experience. That's why when the season's over, that's why other colleges want to come get those guys, because they know they've learned some things. They've worked with these guys, these big-time athletes that's really developed on the field, and they want to bring that knowledge here, especially anytime you get somebody from Ohio State. I mean, you always want to take that opportunity.
Yeah, so. They're a part of a championship pedigree, right?
Exactly.
Especially this last team. But 2 new guys coming in, and you mentioned Alan Clark leaving when he took that job as Texas's defensive ends coach back in February. So Adam King from 10 TV in 2 minutes. He's going to join us in studio. I realized at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning how much I'm going to miss one Buckeye in particular. We'll talk about that in 2 minutes. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Life is more fun with a pal. So is pizza. So check out Donato's new $5 Pizza Pals menu. Order any large pizza and add on your choice of a sub, salad, wings, a 10-inch pizza, and more for just $5. It's the new $5 Pizza Pals menu from Donato's. More toppings, more flavor, more fun. Donato's. Gotta love more.
Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY, and when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on metal supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Using the Buckeye Buckeye hookup to play golf at Scarlet whenever we can. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy Hall, Tyvis Powell, King Me, Adam King, 10 TV, sports anchor.
Just walk right in.
King Me.
He's suited.
I'm suited up.
He's suited
I walked
up.
away from set. I'm all suited up.
Do you get your suits tailor-made, or is this like a Nordstrom type thing?
So it depends.
Okay.
But a lot of the time, if I do get them from a Nordstrom, I'll go and get them taken in.
Yeah. Taken in.
Yeah. I like to
slim down.
I have this very, very sweet woman
Altered is the word.
that helps me with my clothes. But
Altered,
she always
alterations.
yells at me that I get too big of clothes. Because she's like, why don't you just buy the right size?
That's a great question. Why don't you?
Because we're getting into the woods here. People don't care about this, but I like
What if I get bigger?
What if I get bigger, you know? What if I get bigger, Titus?
You know, I got that. I told you I've recently got that problem.
You're getting
suits,
bigger?
Yeah, all the suits that I had, I spent tons of dollars on.
You know what, Titus?
What are you, Tyvis, a 44 or 46 now?
What?
I forget now.
Tyvis, you got to be like a 50.
I think I was.
You think he's a 50?
Don't play with me.
Stop it.
Don't play with me. Okay, listen.
What are you, a 40?
You know what? For those listening, Timmy did this exact thing like a month ago. He looked me up and down and he said, "What are you, a 40?" And I said, "What are you, a random seat?" Like, it was the weirdest thing. Is that like a hidden talent you have?
Bodie's slimmer than you. I bet Bodie's a nice 38.
Bodie is a 36 long.
But he's never purchased a sport coat.
I have
so
no idea, sir. Yeah, I'm sure. His sport coat has a big Notre Dame logo on it.
It does.
It probably will if he ever gets one.
I actually would like a green jacket. With the Masters coming up, I'd like to wear a green jacket around the office. I think that'd be fun.
Go buy one. You got money.
Yeah, Timmy. I mean, you're rolling it.
You just bought you a 75-inch. You got money.
You got a 75-inch TV?
Look. That was the last year. But yeah, I got one. He's got an 85.
This ain't about
How
me.
many inches are you?
Wait a minute.
We talking about TVs? Is that what you're asking?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm sitting with a nice 55-incher.
That's too bad.
But you know what? It's
That's
not
a
always
standard.
about that, you know?
It's not always about that. It's
the
about
picture.
quality.
It's about the quality and the picture that you see on the television.
It is, right? It's a key things. Key things. So this weekend on Saturday morning, the day obviously of the great Stadium Series matchup, I had a busy day myself. I took my son to a card show in northern Indiana. We had a fun day together. I've talked about this a lot throughout the last couple of years. He's majorly into this hobby. I'm starting to wonder if he's going to do this for his job.
Oh,
I do wonder. And he's starting to get his collection built up where he's trading, he's buying, he's selling, all that stuff. So he was hyped up about this. We had this date circled on the calendar. The Buckeye basketball team did not play, which allowed me to be able to go and take him to this. And so he had us up at 5:30 in the morning because we could not be a minute late for the 9 a.m. start to this card show, which was in Shipshewana, Indiana, which is not far from Bodie's Mecca, South Bend. It was in that area. And I'm driving along. Go ahead.
No, you keep going.
No, go ahead.
I was just Bodie, did you know that Notre Dame lost in the national title to Ohio State?
Perfect.
Thank you. Continue.
That's what you interrupted for.
Yes. You reminded me of Notre Dame and Bodie Wells.
Oh, yeah, the game.
Yeah. I
Bodie
just
Wells.
thought Bodie might have forgotten.
Bodie Wells. Too bad we lost that game.
Yeah.
So I'm driving along, and sure enough, my co-pilot just falls asleep. Like that's how
brutal.
it goes, right?
That's the worst.
Right. So we're going out
That's
there
the
together. I thought we were
worst.
gonna have this. It's a pleasant drive because no one's on the road, and we're kind of taking the back roads out past Marysville and then heading northwest. And at 6 a.m., I'm out of our range. I'm not listening to the fan over the air. I could pop on the app if I had to. You know about that app, right, Thomas?
Yes, I do.
So
nice plug.
Timmy
Well done.
taught me about it.
I'm on. I pop over to NFL to the NFL channel.
Okay.
And wouldn't you know, one Will Howard sits down in the chair. It's 6 a.m. I'm driving through the middle of nowhere, Ohio. My son's dead asleep in the passenger seat next to me. We're on our way to this card show, and I'm like listening about as attentively as I've listened to anything. You know how when you're either on your way to work, your mind's on a million things. My mind's on nothing else. Just locked into Will Howard and what he's talking about. And he was with I forget how locked in I was, right?
Yeah,
Who the interviewers were that were doing it here. Pat Kerwin.
Okay.
He was on with Pat Kerwin. And they had him breaking down so many plays. And it was just such good X and O conversation mixed in with a little bit of what we've come to know and love about Will Howard with his leadership and just how the team and these guys were galvanized and were able to get behind him. And those are the real things that you're looking for in a quarterback, in a leader, when you're looking for someone at the next level. Not, do I go out there in my shorts and a T-shirt and miss some throws? And, I don't know how many number of incompletions he had in that workout, because I do not really care all that much. I know you don't care, Tyvis.
No.
But it just was a great listen, and I came away with so much more appreciation for our guy, Will Howard, who's leaving
I
us.
have a theory on his workout, Will Howard's throwing at the combine. My theory. You tell me what you think of it, all right?
All right.
Check this.
I don't like it.
Yeah, okay, just...
All right.
Give us that theory.
So Will Howard, what was one of the big things that he struggled with over the course of this season, not the end, but over the course of the season, was the deep ball. Everybody wondered how strong his arm was. And then we seen the 4-game run, he hit JJ, Emeka, and all those guys in stride. But it's still a question mark, okay? So I think his agent and his marketing team told him, this is what we're going to do. You're going to go out there and overthrow these dudes running 4-4, 4-3, overthrow them. So you can show that you got the arm strength, okay? Pro Day come around, he's throwing the Emeka and JJ that it's going to look money. They probably not going to drop a ball. Everything's going to be pin perfect accuracy. Everything's going to be great.
And they're going to slow up if they have to catch it in stride and make it look really good.
No, they're not even going to have to do that. I think he's worked with them enough that he understands the chemistry with those guys. And now that the combine's over, they're probably throwing right now. So I think that the reason that he looked bad at the combine is because he was overemphasizing overthrowing guys to show he has the arm strength. And I think that answered that question. Now they're going to say, all right, when he's with chemistry, when he's with guys that he knows and he's in a system, boom, he can make all the correct throws. So I think that's truly what I thought.
I think that's a very valid point, and I think it does prove to a lot of those scouts their biggest question. Well, he was overthrowing guys. I guess he has the arm. But I'll say this, and I genuinely believe this.
Yeah.
It is time to get rid of drills at the combine. Guys aren't doing them anyway. They save them for pro day, and it's garbage. You want to know how good Will Howard throws the ball? Go watch him play for the toughest teams in college football on the biggest stage and decide how Will Howard throws the football. Don't watch him throw on an open field to a guy he's never thrown to before and expect it to look beautiful.
CJ did it.
That's great.
Some guys look fine doing it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You must have. Did you hear my rant?
No,
with Tito?
I
said the same thing with Tito. I said
what was your line? You said press play.
Press play. At the end of the day, because that's the thing. You get fooled by these numbers. You're like, oh, this guy runs a 4.3 and he jumps 11.4.
There's nobody chasing him.
He's a freak. We gotta take him. And then you put him pads and he can't do nothing.
It's
like,
John
why would
Ross
you
syndrome,
even
right?
do that?
It is
running a 4.2. Okay, how do you play football?
We do. The silliest thing we do.
Adam's making big hand gestures right now.
At the highest stage of football, it's the first time that we say, you know what? You know how we're going to figure out how good you are? We're going to take everybody else off the field, take the pads and helmet off, and let's see what you really are.
Let's go back to when we're like 11 years old and we're just throwing around with our friends in the yard.
If you want to do that.
But then when we're all about to go out for the team and find out what it's like to get hit,
but
I think we cut a lot of people off.
I also don't think.
Find out.
I think the combine is something that you can't necessarily get rid of. I think that maybe on the on-field stuff,
that's what I'm saying.
Sure, but they have to do that because it's the one time in the offseason that all of the NFL teams and owners and GMs are in the same building. That's why you see trades start to take place and all these things because we're talking face-to-face.
Well, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, the interviews are important. The medicals are important.
Yes, it is.
They get to know these guys. That matters. And they're all together, as he said. But we don't need the on-field stuff.
Here's an interview. Stephanie Odie for our digital team on the Fan was out there covering things at the Combine. And it started off Will talking about all the Buckeyes. There are 15 of them, that are there, kind of like a big family at the Combine.
It's awesome. It's kind of like a Ohio State reunion a little bit. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been nice to see all the boys. And, I feel like I'm seeing an Ohio State guy around every corner here. And, it's a lot of fun, man. It's a true brotherhood. And, we're gonna have these relationships for the rest of our lives.
Moving on to the next level isn't exclusive to just teammates. You also have your offensive coordinator moving on to the next level. Have there been any conversations about maybe pairing back up? I know they're looking for a quarterback as well.
I mean, I would love the opportunity. Don't know what's going to happen yet, but I love Chip, and like I said, I would be chomping at the bit to go get back with him.
Lots of words for this upcoming Ohio State team. They got to replenish a lot. What can you say to Ohio State fans wondering what's this going to look like? They have Brian Hartline stepping in, new quarterback, and Julian Sayin.
I'm excited, man. I think I don't think there's any reason that they should, have any step back. I know we lost a lot of guys, but Julian's a hell of a talent. You got the best offensive player returning in the country. You got the best defensive player returning in the country. You got a ton of O-linemen returning. I think those 2 tackles that we got in the portal are unbelievable. Just being around them, I think there's a lot of things to be excited about. And Coach Hart, I'm excited for him. Billy Fessler, really excited for him. And I didn't get to spend much time around Coach Patricia, but I think there's a lot of things to be excited about for the team next year. And I'll be pulling for him and following along all year.
Will Howard, love that guy. And Chip Kelly is going to the Raiders. That's right. They definitely could use a QB.
I keep saying that's where Will might go, second or third round.
I'm telling you though, 6 a.m. in the middle of the night. It's dark as night when I'm driving, and it's Pat Kerwin and Jim Miller on NFL radio. It was obviously taped from the day before, so they're replaying that. But just the conversation they were having and just how much pure joy Will was just in giving his time and able to break down any play that they asked him to break down, going through key third downs in the Texas game, in the Notre Dame game, quick recall, play type, what the running back was, what Brandon Innis's responsibility was on the route, what Emeka Ibuka's responsibility was on the route, what the coverage was, what the coverage switched to. It was just great stuff.
He says that's his number one thing is he's really good at recall. But, speaking of recall, Timmy, as we wrap this up, I just want to say, I think
you don't have to say wrap this up. We're going to...
You're staying another second.
No. I'm saying as we wrap up your story time on the Saturday road trip, I think we are all...
Don't wrap me up.
Just young children longing to be there when Dad's driving... Some early morning, you just got nothing on your mind and you just fall asleep in the car. Isn't that just the dream? That's what we're all yearning for, that moment again.
You just leave him be.
Who sleeps, Adam?
What you never had your
sleeps for the week.
Oh my God!
You can sleep.
This is the same guy. This is the same guy that said eating good food is.
We're late.
I took a nap in the break.
I told you we had to wrap it up because of the timing. You said I couldn't wrap.
He's still yapping.
We're all just asleep
in the break. Yesterday was a pretty key day. We're going to tell you why if we can ever get to the break as we go on the trail. It's next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
No matter what you love about March Hoops, it's always mad, but we're always rooting for our Buckeyes. When you embrace a chill mindset, it's a good time to crack open a Coors Light and choose chill all tournament long. Join the ESPN Tournament Challenge presented by Coors Light for a chance to win cash, prizes, and even a flyaway trip to a mountain retreat. Just submit a photo of your broken bracket at CoorsLight.com/MarchHoops. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
There's a new way to surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and Market District. Shop Giant Eagle's uncompromising quality at a reliable price with everyday savings. Look for signs throughout the store to find bargains on produce, meat, and more. Visit Giant Eagle to see how easy it is to save.
Buckeye Nation, join us on April 13th at the 2025 Ohio State Forefather, presented by Union Home Mortgage, the Ohio Beef Council, and Raising Cane's. This is your chance to run down the tunnel and finish on the 50-yard line at Ohio Stadium. A portion of the proceeds benefit the Buckeye Cruise for Cancer. This is something you won't want to miss. Register today at ohiostateforefather.com. Go Bucks!
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
This season, Abbott and the Big Ten teamed up to host the first ever conference-wide blood donation competition to help fight the greatest blood shortage in a generation. The We Give Blood Drive helps save as many as 60,000 lives, thanks to alumni, students, and Buckeye fans like you. But the need for blood donations doesn't stop here. Go to big10.org/Abbott to sign up to give blood and save lives. Abbott, proud partner of the Big Ten Conference and sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining healthcare.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
There's a lot on the line in a divorce. Your home, savings, retirement, maybe even kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions it can take, you really need a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. We're committed to helping protect your personal interests and the life you've built. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. Talk to us today.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash, or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HindererMotorCompany.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. The best kind of power is star power. Let's go on the trail.
Sleepers for the week.
Timmy Hall, Tyvis Powell.
I like that was their intro back.
Yeah.
Just so sweepers for the week.
A man who just got a nice 8 hours last night.
Tyvis has not fallen asleep to a movie or television show in 2 years.
2 years.
That's insane.
Tim, so Sunday, right? Me and my wife was watching The Other Guys. You ever seen The Other Guys?
Oh, The Other Guys.
With Will.
That's
one of my
scene,
yeah.
Is that the Will Howard, Eva Mendes scene?
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, Will Ferrell. Will Howard is a quarterback for Ohio State.
Will Howard, hilarious. Could easily make the switch into the rom-com
Exactly.
world.
I'm so tired of people saying he can't.
So that's the thing.
I know.
My friends would tell me about it. I'd never seen it. So it's on Disney Plus. So I was like, oh, I'll watch it. It's like an hour and 40-some minutes. So my wife and I was watching it. She falls asleep. I'm sitting on the couch. She falls asleep. The kids fall asleep. So I'm sitting there watching it, and my eyes got heavy. Now this is the thing: when you haven't taken a nap in 2 years,
it's one of life's greatest naps.
Your body is used. Your body's used to getting up. Because every time I got tired, I'd get up and start walking around, or I'd go do something. Well, when it did that during the movie, that's what I did. I got up and walked around. But I did say at some point I wanted to take a nap this year to end it because I don't want to go 3 years without it.
You want to know life's greatest nap? It is the Sunday. Go ahead.
I know what you're going to say. It's going to be regular season PGA Tour. Sun is streaming in.
You fall asleep.
4:30 in the afternoon on a Sunday.
Yes.
And you just nod off.
And the thing is, yes, you fall asleep. But when you fall asleep, they're on hole 4, and you'll wake up and they're
in
on
the
hole
thick
15,
of it. Yeah.
and it's off
and Scotty Scheffler's got a one-stroke lead, and Rory's right behind him.
Wait a minute. You two watch
Harbor
golf?
Town, let's go.
I love
Y'all
golf.
watch golf?
I watch golf every Sunday.
Every Sunday. I'm with him.
Wow.
I'm not a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday guy unless it's a major.
Yeah.
But I'm typically checking in every single Sunday unless something's taking me out of it.
They're in the thick of it.
Well, that's my grandfather and I on Sundays. He would watch golf, and we would fall asleep, and then you come back and they're on the 16th hole. They're tied. You're jolted awake. You're like, this is amazing.
I'll tell you what, I just popped on, and this was late at night. I'd watched some college basketball, and I flipped on Full Swing because I'd read that Ohio. You remember Neil Shipley?
Yeah.
You remember the Neil Shipley story here,
yes.
Tyvis? What did he do?
He played golf. And
what was his thing, though? What was his claim to fame?
Didn't he play with Tiger?
He did.
There's
All right,
that.
there's
Build it on top.
And then
what
he
else?
was like the first, like, not non-pro guy.
There we go.
They have a word for that. Amateur, Tyvis.
Amateur. He was like the highest qualified amateur. So, no, he made the cut.
No, he's right. I give it to him.
It's enough. It's well done. Yeah, it's well done. But Adam, you could be more specific than what Tyvis was saying.
He was the low am at both the Masters and the U.S. Open,
right.
which is an absolutely incredible feat.
Did I not say that?
That's exactly what you said.
Thank you.
And not so many words.
And I don't have the fact in front of me, but he's only one of a handful of guys to ever do that.
Yeah.
That's a very great achievement in the game of golf, especially for someone like Neil that I think more than others kind of came up out of nowhere.
He really did, because everybody was all on Maxwell Maldivin, who's also a great golfer.
And think of how hot of a name Ludwig Oberg was.
Ludwig
as a college golfer
might pick
coming
to
up.
win the Memorial this year.
Yeah.
Little sneak peek.
He's good. He's
which
really,
stinks.
really good.
Because I like to pick guys that aren't.
He's kind of a front runner now.
He's that good.
You're not going with Rory?
With Rory? Rory's got to win something before you.
It's good to see him get his win at Pebble Beach.
This could be the start, you know? He could. What's the thing called where they win all the majors?
The Grand Slam?
That's it. Maybe
you think he's going to get his start for the Grand Slam at the Memorial?
I'm just saying it could be the warm-up.
Oh, boy, we got something to tell you, Tyvis.
That's history right there. There's something about Jack's tournament I don't know.
They always say it's like the fifth major, right?
True.
Yeah, I always say it's the best one outside
we
of the majors.
We should pick more sports that Tyvis doesn't know about and roast him for. Tyvis, what do you know about cricket?
The funny thing is I played cricket.
Ridiculous. I don't want to hear the rest of this.
I played it one time when I was younger. So
never ends.
So my brother's father's Jamaican as well, and we met him up at the park, and him and his Jamaican friends were playing cricket, and they was like, "Y'all want to play?" And that was the first time I seen somebody bounce it off, hit it with the wooden paddle. You got to catch the ball.
I didn't know it was a popular sport in Jamaica.
It's called a wicket, right?
I was young when this happened. So
there's something with wickets.
Wickets.
But I think the bat is just a bat, right?
Yeah, and then they swing it, and then it's a very hard ball. Very hard ball, I know that.
And it's a flat bat.
A flat bat.
Yeah, it's like a paddle.
That's all I know.
That's all I know.
That's it.
All right, so we haven't talked any Buckeye football recruiting here. That's the gist of
that's
the
whole segment.
Yeah,
it's not about Tyvis sleeping.
We just did golf and naps and all that good stuff, which is great. It's great. I'm not going to lie. So what do you guys know about Elbert Hill? Elbert Hill is a prospect that I think is going to be pretty key for Ohio State. Cornerback from Hoban. Mm-hmm. Yep. And the reason
he's small, he's like 5'9".
He is.
Right?
He's a little on the smaller side, but it's not.
He's really
good. Really
he's
talented.
Like the number one guy. So,
top guy on their board. Well, I think Ohio State's probably, I'm not going to say they're going through issues. They're just going through a lot of changes on their staff. Mm-hmm. They're down at the Buckeye Cruise for Cancer as well, so they got a thing going on. And I do think there's going to be sort of a rush back to it to just reset the table and make sure that their boards are right and everybody's making contact again. And the guys that they were always interested in, that's reaffirmed. And, hey, we're still here. We're still going after the same things that we're always going after. It's just this guy's doing this, that guy's doing that. This guy comes in from Virginia Tech, and so on we go. But Elbert Hill had just had photos all over the place yesterday with Kalen DeBoer making his visit to Alabama. So you got an Ohio kid going down to Alabama. I was talking with Kevin Noon on my roundtable show last night from Buckeye Huddle. He threw out the name Trey DePriest, which was a great pull about Ohio guys that Bama could pluck.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's not something that happens a lot, but yesterday was key because we moved out of the dead period into the quiet period, which quiet doesn't have to be super quiet. That means visits can happen. You still can't do off-campus recruiting. Yeah. You can start bringing guys in. So you're going to be seeing this spike, and hopefully the 2026 class starts to take some steps and comes into fruition a little bit more.
I mean, I'm very interested to see the recruiting was already going great with Ryan Day. Every year, that was one thing you could never really get frustrated. But there were a couple times.
It can't slow down.
Well, no. What I'm saying is it was going great before. They just won a national title. So how does it go from here? I will say this. The smartest thing that they did this offseason, and I understand turnover happens.
I wasn't saying no, by the way, in the middle of what you were saying.
Oh, I thought you said.
You thought I did.
I thought you said no. I was like, recruiting's going great. And you're like, no, it's terrible.
I think I said I know.
The smart,
yeah.
the
I was like, well, they won a national title.
Yeah.
Are you going to say the smartest thing they did was bring the recruits to the celebration?
No, but that's a pretty smart thing to do.
I know.
That's the second smartest thing. The number one smartest thing they did is guys like Tim Walton, Matt Guerrieri, Brian Hartline, they kept them there. Listen, Chip Kelly's great. Chip Kelly wasn't your chief recruiter. He was your offensive mind. He was out there every now and then. Jim Knowles was rarely on the recruiting trail, if at all.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, if for a minute, if he made a phone call. So in theory, you lost two guys that were not a crucial part of the recruiting. You brought in Matt Patricia, who is a defensive mind that every player in the country knows is smart. And then on offense, you've got Brian Hartline, who's an elite recruiter.
Adam, staying or going?
I'll stay for one more.
Yeah, you can stay for the Pulse.
All
Before we hit the Pulse, I do want to tell you guys about my friends, again, at Tri-State Men's Health. We talked already about how they're great. They're experts at treating ED. They're also experts in the realm of low testosterone therapy. Low T. If you're curious about this being an issue for you, I encourage you to go to tristatemenshealth.com. They've got a low T quiz. You can take it. You could find out if some of the things that were affecting me and Tyvis are affecting you as well. You could just have that lack of energy, although he doesn't fall asleep on the couch like I always did, so I guess he's fine. He's just getting it anyway, and it just revs him up even more. But when you're in your 30s, even late 20s, you start losing 2 to 3% of that testosterone production every year, and it happens gradually. It doesn't come back unless you do something about it. You're less productive at the gym. You're not seeing those gains. Poor sleep patterns, lower libido. No. That's where you draw the line. So check out Tri-State Men's Health. See them at tristatemenshealth.com. All right, a lot more college football conversation is on the way. A pretty key detail is out there that could speak to some more big changes coming in the game we know and love. Keeping our finger on the college football pulse. Next, Adam King of 10 TV is in the studio with us. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
The two most mature people working at the radio station. And that's just because they wear pants.
The pervert and the skivvies.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Things are popping at Al's Delicious Popcorn. With over 80 flavors to choose from, we have something for everyone. From classics like caramel cashew, white cheddar, and our famous vanilla butternut to new flavors like chicken and waffles and spicy barbecue. They are all made fresh and they are all delicious. Visit us online at alspopcorn.com or come see us and experience the best service in town at 1500 Bethel Road in Columbus. Al's Delicious Popcorn.
Hey, Ohio State fan, are you ready for game day? Get hyped and get your crew going with the Buckeye Meal at BK. For $20, you'll get one juicy flame grilled Whopper sandwich, one original chicken sandwich, 2 mouthwatering cheeseburgers, 3 crispy golden small fries, and 3 refreshing small drinks. Grab your $20 Buckeye Meal today and share the taste of victory. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. Tax extra. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Right now at Verizon, you can get one line for less than you think. Just $50 per month when you bring your phone, which is less than you spend on Bella's Dog Walker and Glam Squad every week. Get one line on unlimited welcome for $50 per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Columbus Verizon store today. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening. I'm Buddy Wells. We'll start with college basketball. Tonight, the Ohio State men played their final home game of the regular season. The Buckeyes host Nebraska. Tip-off at the Shot is at 9. Timmy Hall will get you warmed up for that game starting at 8 o'clock right here on The Fan. The Buckeyes could really use a win tonight as they continue to push towards an NCAA tournament berth. Hockey tonight, the Blue Jackets will begin a 4-game road trip as they face the Lightning in Tampa Bay. They're just about to get underway down there in the Sunshine State. Columbus enters the night having won 4 games in a row, and they own the top wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference playoff standings with 68 points. NBA tonight, the league leading Cavaliers go for an 11th win in a row as they're on the road against the Bulls. Tip-off in Chicago is at 8. And in the NFL, the Eagles are signing running back Saquon Barkley to a 2-year extension worth $41.2 million. That deal makes him the highest-paid running back in NFL history. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
All right, that time of the show where we talk everything college football. Timmy Hall, Tyvis Powell, Adam King, sports anchor for 10 TV, is still hanging out in studio. He walked right off their set at 6:30 and spending a few segments with us. What did you hit on the news tonight?
You know, we did a cool story on Eric and Nick, who are both seniors at Ohio State, and they're managers on the basketball team.
Oh, I've always loved stories on the managers' teams.
You know what's interesting
they
about...
play on road trips, don't they?
Yeah.
It's the other squads.
Yeah, and Nick, do you remember a couple years ago when the guy dropped the broom, he dropped the mop, and Ice likely was coming after him and dunked on him. It was a breakaway. You may not remember.
I do.
That was Nick.
Yeah.
That was his,
okay.
Yeah, that was his first year.
Was it the Libman mop?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
they've got the sponsorships everywhere.
They
all
have to wear
those
shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're required. They don't get to wear their nice polos sometimes. But that was him. And now he's all grown up and he's getting ready to be honored on senior night.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Senior night, we got Quez Glover, Micah Parrish are the two that I read.
Quez will be walking.
Kalen Etzler, anything with him?
He will be walking.
He will be as well.
Parrish will not.
Oh, not Parrish.
No.
But he's done.
He already walked at San Diego State.
Okay, so
he wants to remove himself.
Not something that he
he's just trying to be respectful. He's a good teammate.
Okay, he is. He
had his moment at San Diego State.
He was on the Buckeye show last a couple weeks ago. We cursed him. He went out and couldn't hit anything in that Northwestern game, so it was our fault.
Those guys were really sick. Like, I hate excuses, but like those dudes have been battling with a lot of sickness.
And again, that's the hope for where we are here and now.
Yeah.
That the sickness has left the room and they are going to be full of energy. But even if they're not fully healthy, hopefully the ones that are out there, they find another level.
Yeah.
Find a way to dig down deeper.
You've got to win tonight.
All right. We'll talk some.
I'll make up for it now.
College football now. Our man, Bodie. What do we got? What are the topics?
Tim, I got a note back here for Tyvis. It says, thanks for the F-Shack. Love Dirty Mike and the boys.
Hey-o!
We'll move on to college football here.
That's the other guys.
Is that the other guys?
But you didn't see it because you were falling asleep.
Tyvis. The ACC is back. Well, sort of. Today, the conference, along with Florida State, who lost to Notre Dame last year 52-3, and Clemson, they agreed to a settlement that changes how the league distributes revenue and reduces exit penalties to get out of the conference. Two biggest things to note here, Florida State and Clemson, they're no longer suing their own conference, which is great. They're going to be taking home a bigger piece of the pie moving forward now, and the penalty to to leave the conference will be down to $75 million in 2030 and 31. Not a coincidence.
Down from $200 million.
Yeah, down to $75 million.
Significantly down.
That is my buyout at 10 TV as well.
That's nice. Yeah. It's a good deal.
Mine's about half.
A good negotiator.
But, and I said they're down to $75 million in 2030 and 31. Not a coincidence here. The TV deals for both the Big Ten and Big 12 will end in 2030. Plus, the next iteration of the college football playoff comes up for renewal in 2031.
My goodness. How much change are we going to go through by the time we get there? And you mentioned, what were the two leagues? Did you say the Big Ten?
And the Big 12.
And the Big 12. So the Big Ten's going to be fine. They'll be negotiating a super deal.
Wait a minute.
That year.
Revenue sharing starts this year.
Yes.
So that means they get a piece of this?
Yes. They get a piece of $22 million.
This is incredible, man. I'm mad at my parents.
Why?
They could have just waited.
How do you know you would have been good at football?
Yeah.
What you
could have been a completely different guy.
You think you would have started on last year's team?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute.
You would have been
could have been
string.
You could have been a pickleball player. You could have been a computer guy.
Cricket.
It don't matter if I do the debate team. I'm gonna be great at whatever it is.
That's what I'm saying.
But the debate team isn't getting part of the revenue.
What is this? How do you know that you wouldn't have been good? Like, excuse me?
Tyvis, let me ask you.
Football.
Let me ask you a question.
Totally different.
Me?
College Tyvis. Okay, put yourself back in that mind. You're 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just hands you, let's say, $1.5 million. What are you buying?
Somebody gave me $1.5 million?
Yeah.
Are you running out and making a big purchase?
I would buy.
Or are you playing it cool?
I would. Back in when I was in college.
Yes, this is college.
I was
college
obsessed with the Challenger, so I would have bought an orange Challenger.
That's like a normal purchase. I feel like they don't even need to spend money on that. Just go to the car dealership down the street and tell them
you wouldn't.
But they might not have
you wouldn't even need to spend money on the car because the dealership's giving you a deal.
They want you to drive it.
They want you to have that car. I want you in this.
Yeah,
I want you in that car.
I need you. Yeah, I want you. I need you in that car.
I will say
talk about that car deep down in parties, Tim.
I will say the interesting thing, getting back to that note that you made, I think that's where we're going to see all the conferences go. I think it's in large part what has to happen because you can't have Northwestern, Rutgers getting the same amount of money split in the pie as Ohio State. You can't have the Buckeyes going to the national title, winning 4 playoff games, and then turning around and handing Northwestern and Rutgers money. That's just not a feasible way to keep people in a conference.
Mike Locksley of Maryland does not like the way you're talking right now.
Well, tell Mike Locksley to win some football games and carry his into the bargain.
I mean, it should be equal for everybody so we can all have the same kind of players and talent.
Are you aware that there aren't kids that's running to go to Maryland?
Sorry. All right. Anyway, I mean, that's the game. Guess what? That's football, folks.
But you know
that's football.
With the transfer
baseball
portal,
is baseball.
With the transfer portal, it gives them a shot.
Do you think that Cincinnati Reds fans aren't sitting here sad because they don't have the budget of the Dodgers? Doesn't matter. They wake up every morning, they put their Reds gear on, and they go to Great American Ballpark.
Gear on.
Well, they got Tito, so.
That's true. Yeah. They got Tito's or the Tito?
Well, essentially, do any of us know?
What's wrong with you?
I was just thinking both make watching the Reds a little easier.
Do any of us know if the $20 or to $22 million revenue sharing pot is that a mandatory floor? I believe it is, right?
No.
22%.
You don't have to spend up to that.
You don't have to.
Correct.
That's a cap.
Correct.
But you're going to be able to spend more than that with a secondary fund like an NIL budget.
So
anyhow,
the thought here, and this is what I've heard, is that you've got the $22 million, and then they're going to want about another $10 million.
Yeah,
raised
I believe it
for the rest of. Because remember,
the rest of football, basketball, and other sports.
Here's the problem. Here's the big problem that comes with a program like Ohio State. Kentucky is going to take their $22 million or whatever their number is, and they're going to give it all to basketball. Or a lot of it to basketball.
No, they'll have some going to football.
But a lot of it to basketball. School like Kansas, a lot of it's going to basketball.
They need to start.
Yeah.
Funny guy, buddy.
Ridiculous. Ohio State's got to find that balance where the majority is going to go to football because that's what makes you money, but also you don't want your basketball program to wind up on the same level.
This is the other thing. Like, Tyvis, how do you think this is all going to sort out? Like, with that number that they have and how it's ultimately going to work, do you think we're going to end up getting to a point where there's either a floor or there's a cap to try to get all those teams in that conference spending, or are they going to there's still got to be some semblance to me where those that recruit at a certain level, those that are famous programs, they're still going to continue to be able to flex with what their brand power is and how they're able to go and recruit certain types of players. With their facilities and so on and so on.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think NIL is going away. So like
no,
yeah, that's what we're just saying.
So like you're literally going to get the revenue sharing from the school, but you're still going to get
you can still get as much as you want to earn.
We just have about $10 million. They're thinking. They want to raise.
Or whatever you just, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, in theory,
that's not enough.
$45 million.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got the
boosters,
if you've got the money, but
more,
but
go ahead and do it.
In theory, you pay the $22 million out to the sports and to the teams, but then, you know, these guys are, and you know what? They just won a national title, and I guarantee you that nobody feels like they wasted any money putting it in the NIL pot. I think everybody feels like it's a good fund.
Here's another one. Bodie, I want you to hit this headline, too, about Texas, what they're doing.
Looking good.
Yeah.
He shoots a three, and it's good.
They are raising their ticket prices next year by $13 per game. Their AD said that, why are they doing that? Because now they have to pay more money to all the players.
So we're going to put that on all of our fans.
Oh, yeah.
And that's another thing that's happening. We've got... Look, we do it here at Ohio State where we kind of put the call out to Buckeye fans to buy certain things that go right to the NIL funds.
We're living in a time where, like, if you want to have access to athletes, like anything, practice, facilities, probably where they live. They open
Come play a video game with Bijan Robinson.
No, I mean, think about it. Like you got to raise money somehow.
You're exactly right.
That's what it's got to be, the access to the players. It's because what I'm learning is, well, when I was doing the
back when you were banging
stuff, yeah, when I was doing it, what I learned from that experience is that people are not caring more about just memorabilia anymore. They want the experience. They want to have the dinner with this player, or they want to go on a trip with this player.
That is so weird.
Like I guess that creates memories.
Bodie,
to just have a jersey hanging.
That's so weird.
Just saying.
For $100, I'll let you take me to dinner.
Thanks.
Okay.
I wouldn't. That is so weird.
All right, 150.
You're telling me if I bought you a dinner with Manti Te'o.
Okay, that's different.
Why is he different?
Because he's an adult. He's not a 21-year-old kid anymore.
A 21-year-old is an adult, Bodie.
Okay, whatever. It's still weird.
Yeah.
I'm making him 21.
I hope CJ Carr throws 1 million touchdown passes this year. I have no interest in going to dinner with the kid.
I'm going to tell him.
That's weird. It's weird, man. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, now you're just judging the fact that I spent $10,000 on a dinner with Jeremiah Smith. But, you know.
That's it?
Yeah. No, I'm sure that's $25,000.
That gets you in the door.
Yeah.
Right. That gets you seated in the back of the room.
You know, there was one team that made a deep run in the college football playoff, and all their money, they didn't have to spend it on any conference. They just took it all home with them.
They just gobbled it up
How did that end?
Oh, you know what?
How did that finish?
The money's more important than winning.
Here come the Irish.
That was rough.
Thank you, Adam.
Not great.
Thank you. That's a hell of a way to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. It's over.
It's done.
I'm going to go over to the shot and watch basketball.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
All right.
Big game for the Buckeyes tonight, obviously, taking on Nebraska at 9 o'clock. We've got the warm-up coverage coming up here at 8. Adam King from 10 TV, our sports anchor. Thanks so much.
Hey, it's always a pleasure.
Just a pleasure's all over here.
Don't take no naps, okay?
Tyvus, shut your eyes.
All right, a little more college football coming up. There was some talk and there was some tone that I didn't love to hear. It's about one of the key dates of the entire year for Buckeye football. I'll tell you what, next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
At NJM Insurance, we like to think of ourselves as a symphony. We start with a foundation of doing the right thing. Then we layer in dedicated reps whose priority is you. Add in excellent discount programs. And last, but certainly not least, we put our policyholders first. And the reason we don't use jingles or mascots is because it's just not us. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change will help ease your oil change-anxiety. Picture expert technicians who are quick but not rushed. When you hear the bell, breathe in and out. Now, let go of your oil change-anxiety. Visit Valvoline Instant Oil Change today and find automotive peace. No appointment needed.
Life is more fun with a pal. So is pizza. So check out Donato's new $5 Pizza Pals menu. Order any large pizza and add on your choice of a sub, salad, wings, a 10-inch pizza, and more for just $5. It's the new $5 Pizza Pals menu from Donato's. More toppings, more flavor, more fun. Donato's. Gotta love more.
Rise and shine, jabronis.
Quite a show this morning.
There's only one place where Buckeye legends lay the smackdown. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekday mornings starting at 6.
Give me a juice box, biatch.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining healthcare.
Looking for a very special way to commemorate the 9th National Championship in Ohio State football history? Then check out the beautiful Ohio State timepieces at OxiaTime.com. Oxia has created a series of heirloom quality designs to celebrate the Buckeyes, including the limited edition Ryan Day autograph box sets. Equally impressive to the quality of their products is the quality of the people behind these watches. Go to OxiaTime.com to learn more on their backstory and claim your piece of Ohio State history. That's AXIATime.com.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine, windy and warm on this Tuesday. Temperatures in the mid-60s. Get out and enjoy that. Overnight will fall back down to the 50s. Very mild overnight, but windy and wet with rain showers moving in. More scattered showers as we go through Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures peaking around 60, then falling through the 50s and 40s, with the rain showers ending as snow showers by Wednesday night. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
All Buckeyes all the time. You're welcome. This is the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Timmy Hall, Tyvis Powell, all you fine Buckeye fans hanging out with us here on a Tuesday episode. If you miss anything from the program, our conversations with Adam King from 10 TV, the last few segments, talking college football, talking about Will Howard and his performance at the Combine. You can get that audio where, Tyvis?
You can get it
Tyvis?
Wherever you get your podcast from. You go search up the Buckeye Show. You'll see a picture of Timmy Hall. You click right there. Make sure you subscribe and leave a 5-star review while you're at it.
Oh.
And you can find that roughly 5 to 10 minutes after we get off the air because the great Bodie Wells will upload.
I tell you what, too, I am going to do my damnedest to solve the world's problems in men's health issues tonight. Because
that's what we're here for.
Once again, I will mention my friends at Tri-State Men's Health and the work that they do. And Tyvis's friends as well, because he enjoys the ACE shots. But whether it's low testosterone or treating erectile dysfunction, better known as ED, they are experts at doing so. Don't let ED be a relationship destroyer. If you remember that first time you failed to perform in the bedroom, you probably just laughed it off, tried to put it in the back of your mind, no big deal, but you kind of realized the second and third time, it's a pretty big deal. You've got to fix your ED. And Tri-State Men's Health has treatments that will work for you if those pills and herbals fail. So get in there, check yourself in and see them. 2 lovely locations right here in Central Ohio. A $99 fee for that first visit. Gets you all sorts of stuff, the TMPSA test. If medically advised, you get the dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. The good thing is, if you're lucky enough, you could be doing it the day after the appointment. That's fast.
That is nice.
But not too fast. TriStateMen'sHealth.com. Tyvus, big college football game coming up to start the 2025 season for the Buckeyes. Have you really even thought about this one a lot? I know it's kind of out in the distance. There's a lot that we have to get to before we get to that game, but it is the next game on the schedule, and it's a rematch of a college football playoff semifinal, where you had Jack Sawyer, pulling off one of the biggest plays in Ohio State football history. Just seeing Quinn Ewers getting asked about that at the NFL Combine, that's pretty funny. But OSU and Texas going to kick things off.
I have thought about this game because I think that the thing that gets to me is the quarterback situation. Obviously Julian Sain is penciled in, and obviously they have Arch Manning. And the thing I kept thinking about was, they're both, yes, Arch Manning plays some games, but he doesn't have a ton of experience. He went up against some teams that were just okay, and then Julian Sain, we've seen him in some blowout games. I think he threw a touchdown or maybe 2 on the season. But I think
that's correct.
Ultimately what I think is I think both play callers are great. I know Brian Hartline is calling the plays, but you get what I'm saying. Like Sark and Ryan Day does a really great job with quarterbacks.
Right.
And I think that it's going to be interesting to see which quarterback in that game don't make the mistake, because I think that's what's ultimately going to be the difference. I think both teams, I know Texas got some good guys coming back. Ohio State got a couple of good guys coming back, but fairly it's pretty even, and I think that whatever quarterback takes care of the football the best will win that game. So that's my initial thoughts of that game.
So Steve Sarkisian was on with Cowherd, and he was breaking down this matchup, little off-season college football talk, right? Mm-hmm. He had some guys going on to the combine and going to the NFL level as well, like all the big-time coaches do. And about the game, he said, I love this opportunity. I think it's great for our players in summer workouts and training camp to know who we're getting ready to go play and the task at hand. But he also, I'll play this for you, I was wondering if some of the tone and some of the commentary about this game would turn this way. And I'll explain it after you hear it. But part of it just rubs me the wrong way, that we think this way about big-time college football games, big-time non-conference games against famous football brands, that I'd like to think and believe we always want to see games like that.
Hopefully the team that doesn't win that game doesn't get punished from the committee for playing in that game early in the season, because I think that's the hardest part with the committee when they're trying to decide who's worthy of being one of those 12 teams. And it's always right. It's teams 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And looking at strength of schedule, looking at who you play rather than just staring at the record. Who did you play? How did you play in those games? I think is as important as anything.
So it all goes back to posturing. We are, it's just wonderful, right? We're here in late February, early March, and we're already, this is just a real nice surprise. We're posturing for our position in the college football playoff that doesn't exist yet.
I guess.
Incredible to me.
I guess he's referring to Georgia and Clemson, first game of the season. Wasn't that the first game of the season? And Georgia kind of ran away with Clemson on that one. But it didn't affect them. I mean, at the end of the day, you win your conference.
They're in.
Correct. I think.
And Clemson lost too many games, but they were in too. They won the conference.
Yeah, I truly think that because this is the first game of the season, it won't hold that much weight. If you lose. to be honest with you, because it's the first game of the season. Everybody understands. I think the committee understands, like, nobody's going to be perfect coming out the gate. Like, so you got two great programs coming or going up against each other like that. Like, it's not going to be perfect.
It'll hurt less for Texas because they're a true road team.
Right.
In this contest. So it'll hurt even less for them if they play a good game and lose.
First of all, Texas playing the SEC, so as long as they do well in the SEC, they'll be fine.
Yep.
And they're going to get probably 4 teams in. If you can't be one of the top 4 teams in your conference, then you don't deserve to be in anyways. Forget the one loss to Ohio State. Like, you don't deserve to be in, or vice versa. If they lose to Texas and they can't be a top 4 seed in the Big Ten, why would they be in it anyways? So to me, I think that he's really tripping. It's not that serious. They'll be fine.
I do worry about this, though. Even with college football playoff expansion, my hope, my logical thought for a long time now has been expanding this playoff will give more programs
a chance to play big time games.
More of a luxury to play more, to increase the number of big games, because that increases your strength of schedule. And then I would like to logically think that selection committee would absolutely take that into account, and you might be allowed to be voted in with an extra loss if it's great competition that you lost to. But I'm sorry, if Alabama's going to lose to Vanderbilt and they're going to lose to 6-loss Oklahoma, well, then that's on you. If that's part of you getting to 3 losses, I do believe there's a scenario where if your 3 losses are really good losses and you're beating everybody you're supposed to beat, and you also pick up a couple of big-time wins, so not just beating who you're supposed to beat, but everyone's got to come up with big wins. Mm-hmm. We know that, and Ohio State had big wins and don't have horrible losses. I think you could be 9-3 with the right combo and still get in.
I think that this past season, that's what everybody was trying to figure out. I remember talking to Ross Bjork before the season started with Reeser when we were out there for the
practices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, we need to figure out, what's important. Is record most important? Because if that's the case, then maybe people don't need to play these hard non-conference games. Maybe.
Well, that's just bad. Well, then,
I agree.
Then we're doing it wrong. Then we're doing a disservice to everybody out there, and a disservice to your TV partners, and they're the ones that should matter a lot because you need more money in this age, and the TV partners aren't going to want to bloat up the values if you're giving them, another 25 years of Western Kentucky and South Florida games. And
I think you got to find a happy medium. I think this season taught me that, a team like I don't know, Miami, if they or SMU, they had to be flawless, because if they weren't, they didn't play anybody. That came up so much. They don't play anybody. They don't have an impressive win on their resume. That was a big thing for a lot of teams, and that's how Miami got kicked out, it's things like that. So I think that if you do lose a big time game and it's close, if you get blown out, okay, you better go out. You got to win your conference.
Exactly.
If you did what Clemson did, what Georgia did to Clemson, all right, I get that. But even then, Clemson went on and won their conference to get in. So it's so many different avenues that you can have to still make the playoff that I wouldn't shy away from it. Because more times than not, it's not like you're going to get blowed out. I don't think that's the case. I don't think Ohio State's going to blow Texas out, or I don't think Texas is going to blow Ohio State out. I think it's going to be a very good competitive game to which whoever loses not going to fall that far in the polls. They might fall 1 or 2 spots.
It's unnerving for me. It really is. And I think it should be for a lot of fans too, because we don't need to see cupcake games until the end of time if we're going to have college football playoff expansion. I'm willing to have some compromise. And I was starting to formulate thoughts here in the last few years when you could see college football turning, that we could just get a gauntlet schedule all the way through, and we could all agree that we'd be happier and okay and accepting of multiple loss teams going on if they're the right teams. But I understand if you still want to catch a game against a MAC school that's in state that you know and love. But I think the number needs to go way down. I think you should only have 1 game. That's it. 1 game like that on your schedule. The rest should be quality competition where it's good on good.
Well, you got to have
fun for everyone to watch.
You got to have those conferences play 9 conference games instead of 8.
All play the equal amount.
Yeah.
And then and there's been discussion, as we know, there's been talks about having alliances with scheduling and packs about scheduling.
Yeah.
It needs to go that way for me to make this product even better. Within 2 weeks to bracket time, baby. I know Jacob Reimer, Rhyme Time, wants to throw me under the bus for something last night. We'll talk some college hoops with him in 2 minutes. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Buckeye Nation, join us on April 13th at the 2025 Ohio State Four-Mother, presented by Union Home Mortgage, the Ohio Beef Council, and Raising Cane's. This is your chance to run down the tunnel and finish on the 50-yard line at Ohio Stadium. A portion of the proceeds benefit the Buckeye Cruise for Cancer. This is something you won't want to miss. Register today at ohiostatefourmiler.com. Go Bucks!
This is a Craver service announcement. Stop what you're doing and get 10 cheese sliders for a new low price of just $7.99. Your choice of melty American, spicy jalapeno, or cheddar cheese. Only $7.99 for 10 cheese sliders. White Castle. Follow your crave.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
They're trained. They're fired up.
Let's do it.
When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Buckeye talk that's way fresher than a Fan Cafe chili dog. Doggy. You're listening to the Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light.
Still love the Fan Cafe. They upgraded all their items, too.
Did they?
It's like a different spread up there.
I got to go up there.
Chicken sandwiches.
Really?
Yeah.
Not no chili dogs no more?
Not really. I wouldn't say the chicken sandwiches are crispy, though. Kind of hard to get that effect when it's been sitting there for quite a long time. We go to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline because it's that time of year, Tyvis.
You're talking about this guy. He's this guy.
All say you're the craziest now. Rhyme Time. My friend from our Mad About Hoops podcast. Download anywhere you get your sound. We got episodes every single week. And we're having a hell of a good time doing it, aren't we, Jacob?
Oh yeah, it's been a blast. We're getting right into the heat of it. There's a lot of bubble implication games going on right now. So it's a good time to get into it for sure.
Tell them, Jacob, what we spent the entire first segment talking about on our most recent episode, though.
It was about the great Gene Ackman, a.k.a. Norman Dale, the head coach of the Hoosiers. They talking about Hoosiers and the passing of him, just a sad story there. But we talked about getting into the movie itself, talking about some of our best moments from it, and I think we should play a college basketball game in the Hoosier gym, to be honest.
We did. We spent a whole segment talking about Hoosiers, one of the great sports films. Have you seen it, Tyvis?
No.
You haven't seen it?
What?
What is don't first of all, don't what me. You see,
no, he can what you.
No, he can't.
Can what you.
No, he cannot.
I sign off on that what. It's ridiculous.
It's the way he said it. It's like it's what I'm supposed to see it as that good.
Tyvis, it is simply the best basketball movie there is out there.
Is it better than Varsity Blues?
Yes.
Yes.
They had Shaq in it and Penny.
You're talking. You don't even have your movies right. You're talking about Blue Chips.
Oh yeah, I do.
Blue Chips is great.
All right, never mind.
Blue Chips is great.
Blue Chips, yes. Blue Chips. Is it better than Blue Chips?
No, they're different. They're different though. I like Blue Chips.
He said you even got you.
Varsity Blues is I don't want your life. That's James Vanderbeek. That's the high school football movie where John Voight's the coach that they all don't want to play for at the end.
They making them get shots in the knee.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's get on out there. Let's go.
I've been blue chips. Yes, I've been blue chips. Thank you, Tim.
Reimer, what do you think about this Buckeye team? And I know you're following the bubble watch, the bracketology. They're one of the last 4 teams in right now, so it could be Dayton for the Buckeyes. What do you think they need to do down the stretch to dust off their NCAA tournament resume and get in?
I think you at least got to get a split to finish the regular season. If you get a split, then I think they have to finish with at least 2 wins, whether it comes in this last week of the regular season or getting 1 in the tournament. And I think they definitely could. They could take both of these in this week, to be honest. They match up well. They've got a chip on their shoulder looking to get revenge against Nebraska and Indiana from the 2 times they met already this season. I think they can. They looked great against USC, although a little bit letting USC get back into it down the stretch at the end of the game. But I still think that they got a good shot at getting in with the wins that they have on their resume with Texas, Kentucky, at Purdue, Maryland. Now, some of them have kind of trended down for them, but there's still some really good wins on the resume for sure.
Tom, let's talk about tonight. They play, they play Nebraska tonight. What is the challenge? What do they have to do to win this game? What challenges does this Nebraska team pose for this Ohio State team?
Well, it showed a lot in the first meeting in Lincoln was the length that Nebraska had on Ohio State. They dominated the boards, out-rebounded Ohio State 37-28. It came more on the defensive end. So I would like to see Ohio State continue to knock down shots and kind of just generate second chance opportunities there. And they got to find a way to slow down Bryce Williams. He went for 24 and 10. I think it'd be a good matchup for Micah Parrish. He's shown that throughout his career he can be a solid defender, and he has for Ohio State for sure. And I think he could be up for the challenge in this one for sure.
Jacob, I said that you would throw me under the bus for something. I know you were watching a little Big Monday game. That was a 9:00 tip last night.
Oh, yes.
And boy, I was surprised to see that the Kansas Jayhawks were, it's sad that I'm saying it this way, that they were in the game late against Houston.
Yeah, I was too. Because I took Houston on the cover in that game. And because I thought the way that they've been playing, the way they've been defending too, especially at home, and the way Kansas has been trending, I thought they were kind of just ready to pack it in. But they showed some fight, made it interesting down the stretch of the game, and lost a close one. It is tough on a little skid here with losing to Tech at home for the second time in 24 tries that Tech's gone to Allen Fieldhouse.
That's not a good one. Yeah, not a good. And they're a good team, but obviously this is a different Kansas team now.
Right. You still got to take advantage of that on your home floor, and like we're seeing it with the Buckeyes this season against some high major teams. You got to take advantage on your home floor. I'm not gonna go too much at you though, because I've got my eyes on one game that's very tight right now that I don't want anything bad happening to me after I talk some trash. So
yeah, I'll talk some too though, because. I've realized that Kansas is going to be a 13-loss team now, right? They got 11 losses. Yeah. They're not going to rip off a Big 12 tournament title. They're not going to win the NCAA title. So that's that. It's the second year in a row that Bill Self has had double-digit loss seasons when he had never had any going into these last 2 years at Kansas and never had anything lower than a 4 seed in the NCAA. So I know what it's like to be a blue blood basketball program and have a little bit of a drop off. Now, I know what it's like to be North Carolina. I feel it. And it sucks.
Hey, we do share something in common, because I saw today that they are now up there with most losses of a preseason number 1, and that came from North Carolina just a few years ago when they missed the tournament.
Yeah, that's right.
Crazy to see where we are right now, where Kansas is still looked at as maybe a 7 to a 9 seed, and North Carolina at that time wasn't even close to being in the tournament.
Jacob, right now, as of today, what team do you have winning it all? If you had to put your money down today, who would you say this is the team that I'm going with to win it all this year?
I'd go Auburn. They've been so dominant all year long. 16-2 in quad one, the most ever, which is absolutely ridiculous. And that number is going to continue to go up with the opportunities they have. They got at A&M tonight, which is a quad one game. They get Bama on Saturday, which is quad one game. And then every time they suit up in the SEC tournament, it's going to be another quad one opportunity. So they could easily get up to 20 for sure. And they are so deep, so balanced. They've got so much depth in the backcourt and in the front court. The best player in the country, in my opinion, Janai Broome. I think if I had a vote, that's who I'd be giving the Wooden Award to for sure. The numbers he's putting up against that conference, the historical year for the SEC, has just been ridiculous. And I love Chad Baker-Mazara. I love Tahad Pettiford coming off the bench, the freshman. He's a killer. He steps up in big games and big moments, knocking down some big-time shots. I wouldn't be upset if it's Auburn-Duke in the national championship, and I hate to say that as a Carolina guy, but they delivered earlier in the season. It'd be a part two, and they're the two best teams in the country for sure, so I think it'd be another fun one in San Antonio to cut down the net.
Jacob Reimer, Rhyme Time from our Mad About Hoops podcast, our college basketball guy here for the Fan as well. I was listening to Anthony Rothman break this down today, and he said Auburn, Duke, or the field. And for me, I took the field with only two teams there. What say you?
I go back and forth because I think Florida is a team that can really compete with those two. I mean, they already beat Auburn in the jungle, which is more impressive than any win that anybody else has this year. And they have an elite backcourt trio with Walter Clayton Jr., Elijah Martin, and Will Rickard. They're one of the best rebounding teams in the country. They're in the top 10, I would say top 7 actually, in offensive and defensive efficiency on KenPom. I think they're 4th offense and 7th in defense.
They're very good. They're very good.
They've got the tools to do it for sure.
Yeah, they're 25-4. They're ahead of Alabama right now in the conference. And you get a lot of other SEC teams that are really good. And you get Houston and Michigan State and Wisconsin in the Big Ten. So, what if I said SEC or the field? You'd easily take the SEC, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because yes. I think it'd be Auburn or Florida. I mean, Tennessee's right in there too. Bama, if they get hot, it's anybody's night for real.
All right, Reimer. We got the game coming up here in a little over an hour. Buckeyes and Nebraska. Go out there and get it done tonight. I cannot see an Ohio State team that doesn't come out fully energetic, locked in, and ready to go. I'd be shocked if they got down by double-digit points anytime in this first half. I'd be stunned.
Oh, yeah, completely with you. And I think this is a little revenge game for Bruce, considering how he played in the last meeting in Lincoln, only had 9 points. I mean, not the scoring outbursts we're used to seeing from him as of late. So I think he comes out with a little chip on his shoulder and with an edge to him to get to the rack and score and get going early for sure.
All right, man. We'll see you on the podcast this week.
Absolutely.
Bye, Rhyme Time.
There he goes, our guy, Jacob Reimer. Take notes on that stuff, Tyvis, for getting the brackets. Brackets are coming out in a week and a half.
You could just go off the team colors and do better than you sitting there strategically trying to make it happen.
Did you know there's conference tournament play happening right now?
I did know that.
Yeah. You got the entire American East men's basketball conference tournament happening. You got UMass Lowell in Maine, Bryant hammering New Hampshire. Oh, what a big game that is, right? Battles in the Northeast.
Is UMass winning?
UMass Lowell is down 66-64 to Maine, the Black Bears of Maine. That's not UMass the Minutemen.
Oh, I understand.
That's UMass Lowell, the Riverhawks. Binghamton and NJIT. Do you know what NJIT is?
Not going to lie.
Bo, do you know what NJIT is?
Is that insurance?
That's right.
You know, no jingles or mascots.
No jingles. Jingles or mascots taking on Binghamton. Yeah. The old New Jersey Institute of Technology and Vermont and University of Albany all going at it tonight. All right. I couldn't believe my eyes or ears when I heard this was happening today. Getting you guys caught up with the Bucks on the social fronts. Next, it's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
No matter what you love about March Hoops, it's always mad. But we're always rooting for our Buckeyes. When you embrace a chill mindset, it's a good time to crack open a Coors Light and choose chill all tournament long. Join the ESPN Tournament Challenge presented by Coors Light for a chance to win cash, prizes, and even a flyaway trip to a mountain retreat. Just submit a photo of your broken bracket at CoorsLight.com/MarchHoops. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the place to be for all the basketball action. Watch every game at once with over 50 feet of video wall and more than 30 TVs. Endless chances to win big. Show off your jump shot in our King of the Court drawings or create your perfect bracket for a shot at Penn Cash. Enjoy food and bucket specials all tournament long. Guarantee your spot. Reserve a table now at HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith, Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University, Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag BuckeyesCare.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, community banking is the lifeblood of the American financial system, building strong, lasting relationships. We're just better able to help guide you down life's road. Flexibility is paramount to success. Community banking is alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb. Come on over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change will help ease your oil change-anxiety. Picture expert technicians who are quick but not rushed. When you hear the bell, breathe in and out. Now, let go of your oil change-anxiety. Visit Valvoline Instant Oil Change today and find automotive peace. No appointment needed.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We're live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown, dumb since day one. The Fan.
Hi, welcome to IKEA.
Look at that selection of outdoor furniture.
Yeah, whatever your space or budget, you'll find a setup for outside.
How about an outdoor chaise lounge for my...
Get some sun side.
Yeah, and a table for my...
Come on over, I'm grilling side.
And outdoor lights for my...
Date night on the patio side.
Ooh, you're good.
I try. We've got what you need to create an outdoor oasis. Plus, delivery starts at $19 when you shop online or choose to pick up at your local store today.
Go to IKEA-USA.com for more details. Restrictions apply. Some products may require assembly.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Airflow Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. Hashtag Buckeyes.
Timmy Hall, Tyvis Powell on a lovely Tuesday night here. Get you caught up with all the Buckeye social media posts in just a moment. One more time, I'm telling you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. You've heard us talk about how they can treat erectile dysfunction like the best of them. Well, my man Tyvis here also gets those ACE shots for low testosterone.
Yes.
Revs you up good and proper.
You feel like the Hulk running out of there.
Man, the Red Hulk, maybe. I'm not sure. But if you guys ever thought that this could be something that's affecting you, maybe you feel sluggish and tired, not sleeping well, maybe the workouts aren't that great, and most of all, if the sex drive is more like a putt. You get it? We want to be driving the ball off the tee with a nice 3-yard draw right down the center of the fairway. Then make an appointment today.
Are you Happy Gilmore?
Happy Gilmore. Oh, yes, I am. I hit the ball very far. So go to tristatemenshealth.com and see what they can do for you. They've got a quiz on that website. It's a simple 10-question quiz with yes and no answers. It can tell you a lot and what is going to be or what's affecting you and the best way to treat it. And that appointment is $99. You get a medical consult, T and PSA test, and if you sign up for testosterone treatment the day of the appointment, your visit is free. Tyvis and I have been seeing him for this. Find out what you could be missing. Tri-State Men's Health and tristatemenshealth.com. So I honestly couldn't believe it when I saw this, talking about it on Buckeye Roundtable last night. The baseball program is in a new era. Ohio State baseball, talking about, of course. And you can follow them on Twitter and X and keep up with everything going on with their team at Ohio State Base. That's the X account. So new coach Justin Hare, give him some time, right? First year, got to sort of reset it. Things did not go well with the coach they brought in from TCU, and he's gone after just 2 quick seasons. Not a lot of success. So got to build this thing back up. But Tyvis, they played a game in Columbus today. They had their first game.
Well, it was nice outside
today in Columbus, and yes, it did wind up being nice. And final, Buckeyes get the dub over the Johnnies, 12-10. 22 runs put up, high-scoring affair. But still, I saw that post. I didn't know we were closing in on it because I know in a sport like baseball and you're in a cold weather state, you got to go on the road for typically the first month of your season. You're going to Florida, you're going to Texas, you're going to California. It's nice to be an athlete because you get great road trips to start off your year.
I mean, you always want to get out of that cold, so if you get that opportunity to play in some of that warm, you better make sure you put your great performances on because when you got to play at home, if you're playing at Ohio State and it ain't, no, this weather's tricky right now. That March, some days is going to be 60s, some is going to be 30s. And you got
affects your colds too.
Man, and it's just when you got to play in those cold games, like it really does. It's when you hit that ball. When you hit that
man,
ball
if you aren't squeezing it tight.
Oh my goodness.
Right. I know. If those hands loosen up a little bit, oh boy, the vibration.
Yeah, so yeah, you better enjoy those warm weather games when you got to play some of those teams down there.
But I thought about it too when I was leaving the station yesterday, and it is beautiful how we've got our partnership now with the Cincinnati Reds. I'm sorry that you're a Guardians fan, but to be hearing the Reds on FM last night as I'm driving home. Spring training baseball, just the kid in you just gets going. I just smiled just thinking about the boys of summer out there getting prepped, getting ready, not in their home cities though. And their play-by-play voice, Tommy Thrall, said something about how chilly it was out there, and he quickly apologized to all his listeners back in Ohio and in the Cincinnati area with how chilly it is for us right now. But just imagine getting to go to one of those places this time of year for an entire month to soak in some sunshine and clear skies.
Yeah.
And you're right. Like you said it best. Like the March is just flat out tricky. Because today it was beautiful.
If you look at the forecast, it was 60 today, and then tomorrow it might be 30 and 40. It's like, dude, like, how am I supposed to get with this weather? So hopefully we got more warmer days in the future. I'm ready to get outside and start jogging around the block. I want to take my shirt off and jog around the block.
Oh, hey now.
Let my flubber just bounce as I run.
Say, you sure you aren't too pudgy for that? I don't know if the moms in the neighborhood are going to be appreciating that too much.
It's the dad, but you know what? They'll respect it because they'll say he's trying to get right for the summer.
Please just don't run by my house, okay? I don't want the wife to see you and have yet another milkman.
I got the pecs.
Oh, you got him, huh? Just got to get that. Just got to get that core chiseled again, Tyvis.
That's the only part. That's the hardest part.
Yeah,
it's the core. The pecs is still there because I was just benching the other day, and I'm like, yeah, I can still throw up some good weight. So the pecs is still good.
How much is good weight, Tyvis?
I threw up 245 the other day.
Nice.
Did 245 for like 8 reps.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm still down at 140.
That's not even a lot though. Like 245.
That's pretty good.
That's not. You're supposed to be benching around what your weight is. So like I always try to finish my last set with something around where I'm currently at. So
if I'm 190 pounds,
you should do at least 185.
Yeah, I can't do that.
You don't think you could do 185?
What does that say about me? Does that make me a
just
weakling?
a plate with a 25. I warm up with that.
You are a professional athlete,
But 185? 185? Like, that's not a lot.
I love it. She said, I warm up with that.
That's not a lot, Tim. I'm sorry. That's just not a lot.
So basically, Tim,
At least
he
205.
could throw you on the bar and just.
He could.
Boom.
At least 205, Tim. You got to, like, that's a shame.
Teach me your ways.
We're talking 1 rep or repping it out?
Oh, 1 rep.
Okay.
1 rep.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? About that? We got a quick second. What's funny about this is that when I first got to Ohio State, right? So as I'm in high school, so my senior year, I come down for like a visit.
Yeah.
And I kept telling everybody I live 315. And everybody, so I go in the weight room and some of the players is in the weight room and I was like, yeah, I'm lifting 315. They was like, get on 315. Let's see it. So,
Let's go.
So I got I said, I can
Didn't move, did
I
it?
said, I can hit 3. No, what I said was I can hit 315. So I got right under that bar and I smacked the bar and I said, I hit it.
So stupid.
Didn't Kevin Durant famously not be able to bench
185?
He didn't do anything at the combine, right?
Worked out for him.
It worked out okay.
When I first did,
finesse player,
like the greatest scorer of all time.
He didn't want to mess up his jump shot.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
Yeah, what do I need to do this? I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising. All right,
5 on 5.
Tyvis, thank you so much for joining. You staying for the warm up? You leaving? You going home?
I'm going home. I got to get something to eat for my wife, and the food truck closes at 9, so I got to hurry up and get there.
What food truck?
Some place called Demo's Grill.
Demos or Demos?
Maybe it's Demos.
So no Taco Tuesday?
No, she didn't want to do it tonight. She's lazy.
Tonight. All right.
Lazy.
Well, good deal, Tyvis. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Timmy.
Oh, boy. At 6 o'clock, hopefully talking about a big Buckeye basketball victory. We are warming you up for the Buckeye men's basketball team senior night hosting Nebraska in a critical one. It's next on The Fan.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, Ohio State fan, are you ready for game day? Get hyped and get your crew going with the Buckeye meal at BK. For $20, you'll get 1 juicy flame grilled Whopper sandwich, 1 original chicken sandwich, 2 mouthwatering cheeseburgers, 3 crispy golden small fries, and 3 refreshing small drinks. Grab your $20 Buckeye meal today and share the taste of victory. At BK, have it your way. You rule. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. Tax extra. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Looking for a very special way to commemorate the 9th National Championship in Ohio State football history? Then check out the beautiful Ohio State timepieces at OxiaTime.com. Oxia has created a series of heirloom quality designs to celebrate the Buckeyes, including the limited edition Ryan Day autograph box sets. Equally impressive to the quality of their products is the quality of the people behind these watches. Go to OxiaTime.com to learn more on their backstory and claim your piece of Ohio State history. That's AXIATime.com.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers, we're improving lives, we're reimagining healthcare.
Every day feels easy.
You're invited to Circle K's Inner Circle Members Celebration. On March 6th, Inner Circle members across Columbus will get an exclusive 40 cents off per gallon from 6 a.m. until 11:59 p.m. Want to join the party? Just download the Circle K app and create an account to join Inner Circle. Don't miss your chance to save 40 cents off per gallon on March 6th all day. Sign up now. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit the Circle K app for details.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.